Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in this episode of The Hypnotist, you're going to be listening to a hypnosis session created for a client with very, very extreme levels of resting anxiety. We're talking about hypervigilance, a state of adrenal fatigue that comes from just being in this heightened state of fight or flight for a long period of time. We're talking over a year of being in this state, which is not good for the body. You know, this kind of fight or flight response, this sympathetic nervous system is fine for a few hours if you feel like there's a big danger or a threat, but you're not meant to live like that as a permanent state of being. So this was less about one individual thought, an anxious thought like a phobia or anticipatory fear, but just their whole nervous system on high alert. So what you're going to hear in this session is a combination of certain modalities that have been proven to alleviate traumatic responses and this hypervigilance. The first is called EMDR, which is eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. And effectively, in a nutshell, you hold on to a thought that is traumatic or creating a exaggerated emotional response, and your eyes go from left to right. Now, you can enhance that by this kind of bilateral movement, so moving something from one hand to another hand. So there's an element of that in the first section of this. Then there is a process called Havening, and recently I actually had Stephen Travers on my podcast talking about Havening, and I tend to use more of the linguistic talking forms of hypnotherapy, but Havening is a very good complementary tool to kind of calm down the nervous system. And effectively that is rubbing your own arms or back of the head to create this kind of soothing response, and it has a neurological impact on the body. And then the classic NLP pattern interrupts. So there's three different modalities fused into one, and I think it would be useful for anyone with amplified emotions, whatever they may be. Now, that might be anxiety, that might be really high levels of stress, but it could be overwhelming sadness or a different emotion. So I would say the best way to get the most of this is to think of one specific memory from the past that still causes some kind of emotional trigger, and one thought about doing something in the future that also causes a similar emotion. So worth thinking about those now before the session starts, so that when I ask you in the session to recall a memory or think of something, those are the things that come up. So to get the best out of this session, I would say find a quite comfortable place. The first section of this, keep your eyes open, and it's the final 2/3, which are more a combination of Havening and hypnosis. The first bit is more that classic EMDR, and it's helpful to think of something that you can look at to your left and your right. So you've got a focal point. So when your eyes move back and forth, they're going from the same thing. So you might see an object in front of you to the left, and then an object to the right, and then just skip from left to right and then find that rhythm. Obviously, this was created for a specific individual. And if you do have amplified emotions, you know, high resting levels of anxiety or stress, and you feel like I might be able to work with you individually to create some kind of a breakthrough, then there will be a link in the show notes where you can schedule that free consultation call. For now, though, find a quiet, comfortable place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe in, just breathe in a relaxing feeling of calm and resourcefulness. And as you exhale, just feel like you're letting go of tension, of stress, of worry. Breathing in that feeling of resourcefulness and exhaling feelings of worry or anxiety. And with your eyes open, just fixate on a point at about eye level in front of you. Continue to find that rhythm with your breathing. Breathing in a feeling of relaxation and resourcefulness, and exhaling whatever your body would like to release. And I want you to think of a specific memory from your past, perhaps something that still triggers you emotionally. Maybe anxiety, maybe guilt, maybe even something traumatic, and just know that this is a safe place. And I want you to hold on to that thought. Keep your eyes open and hold on to that thought. And when you can retrieve that thought, and perhaps even echoes of the original emotion, just let me know by nodding your head. And as you hold on to that thought to begin with, just allow your eyes to find something to the left of you. Keep your head still and just glance off to the left until you find something. And then glance to the right, and slowly glance to the left and the right, back and forth, still holding on to that thought as it goes back and forth, almost like your head's still, but you're in the middle of watching a tennis match or a ping pong match. Your eyes go left and right and back and forth, and notice after a while they find that rhythm back and forth. But maybe you can notice that as you hold on to that thought, that traumatic memory, that moment of deep emotion from the past, I wonder if the emotion starts to drain away. I wonder if a block becomes unblocked. And I want you to find a small object that it's possible to pass from one hand to another hand, perhaps at the same frequency. That's it. That your eyes are scanning from left to right. That's it. And continue to hold on to that thought. And the harder you try to make it make you feel anxious or guilty or sad or traumatized, the harder it becomes. It feels like you're scratching a CD so the CD doesn't play right. Back and forth, back and forth. And the harder you try to feel that original emotion, the more elusive it becomes. Just take a pause now. That's it. Just hold on to that thought again. And if it feels that the anxiety has gone down, let me know by nodding your head. And then try again. Try and amplify the anxiety, amplify the original emotion, feel like you're reliving that memory. And when you're there reliving it, allow your eyes to go left and right. That's it. Left and right. And just feel the release happening. An emotional release that's been built up. And just feel that it's about to be letting go. That the block is about to be unblocked. You've been building up all of these emotions for a long time now. I want you to imagine sometimes big earthquakes take hundreds of years just building up friction and friction and friction, and then one day they just allow all of that energy to be released. And I want you to think of these moments of the past as building up friction, building up energy. And what if it's time to release it? What if it's time to release it now? Because whether you think of a moment from the past, or perhaps a moment from the future, hold on to an idea in the future now that hasn't happened yet but could do. Maybe even will do one day. And as you hold on to that thought, allow the eyes to go left and right, but now speed them up. Left and right, left and right. That's it. Try and keep your head still as you go left and right, left and right, left and right. It might feel like a weird sensation in your mind as you continue to scratch that CD, and then when you hold on to that thought, the thought just doesn't seem to have the same emotional impact anymore. That's it. Back and forth. Just place that item down now. Just place it down. And perhaps now when you try and think of that memory from the past or moment from the future, you either feel nothing at all, or you feel like something has risen to the surface and you can allow it to be released. So breathe in and breathe out as we now go to a soothing level. Hold on to that memory or that idea that is causing this idea of loss or trauma or sadness. Only now the eyes don't go left and right. All I want you to do is put your hands on your shoulders and just start stroking your hands up and down. But as you do that, just allow your eyelids to close as you hold on to that thought. That's it, just stroke your arms up and down as you feel the soothing sensation release. Release all of that built up emotion. Not to bury it, not to sweep it under the carpet, but to release it. As you feel a wonderful sense of soothing, that this emotion is time to leave your body. You've been keeping it in your body and in your mind. It's time to release it. Allow it to be released. And maybe it's being released with this soothing sensation as you continue to stroke your arms and your wrists, your neck and the back of your head. Each sensation feels almost like it's brushing off this emotion. Like if it's in your hands, you're washing the sensation off your hands. That's it. And the harder you try to bring that emotion back, the more elusive it becomes. As you imagine it changing, evolving, maybe think of that memory from the past, but now replay the movie like it's an animated cartoon. The details remain the same, but everyone is cartoon characters, brightly colored with silly voices. The memory is still the memory, but the feeling now changes. That's it. Keep soothing and stroking and giving that comforting, reassuring feeling to your body. This is you giving unconditional love to yourself. Embrace it, feel it. That's it. There is something powerful with the sensation of a hug or a cuddle, a caress, and just do that to yourself as you give permission to release. That's it. As that memory evolves now, imagine watching everything backwards. Starts at the end and ends at the beginning. It all happens backwards. That's it. Continue those strokes, soothing sensations. That's it. But now as you think of that memory, just mess it up. Have it go backwards. Have it go backwards, then forwards, then jump back and forth. Turn everyone into cartoon characters. Make inappropriately silly music, like circus music or comedic music. Silly, funny music. That's it. And maybe think of that moment from the future that would be traumatic. But now see yourself like you're looking at you in the moment. And I want you to see yourself composed, resourceful. Because if you can handle an intense emotion, your brain figures out you can handle anything. That's it. Continue the feelings of rubbing and stroking. That's it. Feel like you're calming your nervous system down. And it needs to calm down. It wants to calm down. It would like to calm down. That's it. Release it now. Release it in whichever way feels right. That's it. It's time to release it. And I want you to imagine now just shrinking down those memories. And the next time you think of them, you'll know they happened, but it will feel like they happened to a different version of you a long time ago. Recall that memory from the past and now see yourself like you're a character in a small movie very far away. As it feels like all of the emotion is dialed all the way down. All the way down. That's it. It happened, but it no longer bothers you. And anything that happens in the future, you can dial the emotion all the way down. And every time you soothe yourself, you're dialing the emotion down. All the way down. That's it. And you can stop the caresses and the strokes. Just relax your arms, take a deep breath in, and on the outward breath, just release all the tension in every part of your body. Make yourself comfortable. That's it. want you to imagine a part of your brain that's been blocked. Perhaps you could imagine the calcification or crystallization of certain parts of neurons. And I just want you to imagine whatever that crusted block is now dissolving. You've dissolved it. That whatever the block was is being released. Your body and mind already knows how to live without anxiety. But you don't want a future where you need medication to create those feelings. What if you create those feelings just by knowing that the block has been released? That it feels like it's been released? Perhaps you can recall a time when there was a block bath or a block sink, and all it took was one big push or plunge, and the block was gone. And just feel that whatever that block is, feel with one big push, it's released, and allow your body to act like that's true. Breathe the way you would breathe without any anxiety. Feel a wonderful sense of relaxation without any anxiety. Think the way you would think without any anxiety. Because maybe this chapter needed to be there to teach you how to value what's really important. Love, connection, people and experiences. I want you to get a sense that you can extract all of the wisdom from what you've gone through. So you don't need to relive it to become wiser. And if your unconscious is willing to do that, to extract the wisdom, but decide that this isn't a place to go back to, let me know by nodding your head. And maybe you've done that with a city or a country, a destination you visited, and that was enough. No desire to go back. And what if this feeling is okay in small doses of a few minutes or even half an hour, but it's not a place that you want to go back to? So allow the block to mean that you can move forward now. And in unblocking, feel that a cup that was filled to the brim is now draining away, giving you all of the resources to feel like you can cope, giving you energy, hope, and positivity. And now, if you were to try and think of those memories or future moments that were causing emotional overwhelm, I wonder if you could try and bring that emotion back, and it's just not as intense as it was before. And what if each time you think about it, it gets less intense than the time before, until you can think about it in the future with no emotion whatsoever? And what if your brain learns it can do that with all of the memories that feel so overwhelming, and all of the things in the future that feel outside of your comfort zone? And before long, it just generalizes it to everything. And what was impossible feels possible. What was overwhelming feels manageable. What was a cause of anxiety now becomes a cause of excitement, or at least an evaluation that you can handle it, whatever it might be. So take another deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. A nice long breath to release any remnants of anxiety. As very soon I will count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. You will awaken feeling things will get easier. You will win with one victory at a time, one choice at a time, one decision at a time. You don't have to do everything all in one go, but do the things you thought you couldn't do until you can do them without any worry at all. And before long, all of it will become true. All of it will be manageable. All of it will feel completely within your capabilities. Starting to count to awaken you. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.